Hi, welcome. It's Neil, ratinghorses.com. Hope you all had a great weekend. Well, today we're going to go through a race card. We're going to do this completely live as normal, and we're going to see if we can find out some value. So, without further ado, let's get into business, and let's see. Let's just change this to meetings. Let's just see what we've got. Okay, so we've got Hereford. I think my memory serves me right. There's not an awful lot of big fields there. Handicap hurdle there, but class 5 event. Huntingdon. Again, small fields. Leicester. An apprentice handicap. A nursery, handicap grade 6 and nursery, yeah. Conditions race, Seller. Handicap on the flat there, grade 2, so that's a possibility. That's the 450. Newcastle not a favourite of mine on the all weather, and then we got Punchstone. So okay, we're going to settle down for this one here, the 450 at Leicester. So let's just make a note of that. Okay, well here we go. Start with the ratings. And there's only 10 between top and bottom, so I'm not willing to get rid of anything just yet. We're just looking at the form, and there's only one horse that finished in the first three last time out, and that was Audience, that ran just over 2 months ago. Not much between, obviously, the top 4 or 5 on the ratings: 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. On the R2, Shining Blue is the best rated horse in the park, on 11 for the R1, and Far Too Shy has a score of 10. If we look at the ages, we can see that all the horses here are aged between 3 and 4. There's quite a number of distance winners. There is one that's done it over course and distance, that is Shining Blue, so I will just make a note of that one. We'll go over to the OFS, and we can see that there's not much between a lot of these actually. We can see that Inver Park is top ranked on the OFS. Just behind it is Star of Orion. But there's not an awful lot between those. What I am going to do is get rid of Aratus and Audience because it's got a negative rating. Although Ribeye has got a negative, it is only just, so I will leave that in just for now. If we look at the speed, they pretty much mirror the OFS strategy, to be fair. The only slight difference is Inver Park has a rank of 4 and his top power rated horse. Look at the power ratings, we can see that Auditor is the top power rated horse with a score of 59, Inver Park 53. A little bit of a drop then to Star of Orion, 45. Shining Blue 44. Far Too Shy is a very poor rating. So let's start to narrow down this field. I'm going to make a note of Inver Park. I'm going to make a note of Shining Blue. I've already done that, sorry. Auditor. Star of Orion. Romantic Time. And the others I'm going to leave alone because the power rating scores are not great, and they're mirrored with the speed figures and the OFS. So we've got that field of 9 down to 5. So let's just going to make a few ticks and everything. I'm going to just put a tick by Auditor there because it is power rated horse, top power rated horse, and it is a score 59. It's a little bit clear of everything. Inver Park, Shining Blue is course and distance winner. Okay, so let's scroll across and have a look at the official ratings, we can see that Inverpark has gone up quite considerably in the weights. 6 runs ago was off a mark of 80, he's now off a mark of 98. We can see that the last 2 times out it's finished 8th and 7th, and you could argue that the handicapper is well in the grip of this horse. It's not sniffed a win since the mark of 94. It has dropped down slightly now, a pound. But we can see the ice mark this horse has won off is off 94, so it's £3 higher. That's a negative. Shining Blue was off a mark of 94, then risen to 100, then 99, has been dropped down the weights to 97. But again, not much form the last 3 runs. If we look at Auditor, was off a mark of 87 6 runs ago. He's now off £6 higher, off 93. However, did come second off 92. So 93, yeah, 89, one off 89, then put up £3. 92 comes second. So that's not without a squeak, you could argue. Star of Orion off 100 has steadily dropped down the weight. He's now off a mark of 94. Comes second off a mark of 93. Was put up a pound, finished 4th. Again, so I wouldn't dismiss that one. And finally, Romantic Time has been dropped down £4, now £5, another pound today. It's been there or thereabouts. So you could argue the handicapper is giving this horse a bit of a chance, but it has only one off a mark. Highest mark is one off is off 72, and it is £15, so over a stone higher than a previous winning mark. But all these horses are age 3-4, quite young, are open to improvement. But only ran just a week and a half ago, so that's probably a negative. Let's have a look. Please excuse me, actually, by the way, I'm sniffling and everything. The cough is tending to get a little bit better, but I'm still all stuffed up after this COVID a few weeks ago. We slowly get in there. Lifetime horse stats. Not an awful lot to go in here because these horses are quite young, so they've had not that many runs, as it were. Shining Blue is 1 from 1 at the course, 1 from 2 at the distance, 2 from 3 at the going. So that is a positive, good all-round form. Inverpark has not run at the course. He's 1 from 3 at the distance, 2 from 5 on the going. Auditor, not run at the course, 2 from 3 at the distance, 1 from 3 on the going. Star of Orion, not at the course, just the 1 win from 12 at the distance, and no wins from 5 over the going. So that is a negative. We're going to have to scrub Star of Orion out. Romantic Time, no runs at the course, no wins at the distance, no ins at the going. And of course, it is what do we say, £14-15 above its previous winning mark. So again, we'll scrub that one out. So we're down now to 3. Shining Blue, Inverpark, Auditor. Let's have a look at the horse, trainer form, sorry. Inverpark, 5 wins from 42, so not great. Shining Blue, Syed Bin Sarua, 3 from 14, so that's not too bad at all. Auditor, Freddie and Martin Mead, 1 from 9. I'm just going to look at the RTF figures. Inverpark 59, Shining Blue 86, Auditor 89. Okay, let's just have a look. Just bear with me if I go a little bit quiet. Okay, for one thing or another, I'm going to get rid of In the Park. So I'm left with Shining Blue and Auditor. Now I'm just going to scroll through the data again for both horses. Shining Blue's course and distance winner. Just looking at the OF, looking at the speed, the power rating. Three. Okay. Auditor, Shining Blue. Okay. So we got a field of 9, we got that down to 5, then we put it to 3, and now we got 2. So as normal, the final port to call will be these all important 2 columns here. Where we look at the forecast odds, our odds, and then we'll go and look at the live odds. So Shining Blue, when the ratings were collated on a Monday evening, this horse was available at 11 to 2. Our odds suggest this horse should be just over 5 to 1, so not a million miles away from us giving us value. So let's just make a note of that. 11 to 2. Was available just over 5 to 1. Auditor, when the odds were collated last night, the best odds were 7 to 1, which is offering big value because our software algorithm suggests for this horse to be offering value, it should be 7 to 2 or bigger, so twice the price. So let's now go over to the odds checker. And we are at the 450 at Leicester. And let's see what we've got. Okay, so Shining Blue is 4 to 1. Auditor is best price 9 to 1. Okay, so let's run through this. Let's just go back to the spreadsheet. Okay, so Shining Blue last night, when the ratings were collated, best price was 11 to 2. There has been money for this horse throughout last night and the early hours of this morning. It is now available at 4 to 1. So, of course, that is a positive because there's money for the horse. However, the slight negative is our odds are suggesting for this horse to be offering value, and to get that odds on the bookmaker, we should be looking for around 5 to 1. But you need to balance it out. You know, the money has been there, so it is a positive. And we're not a million miles, of course, away from that 5 to 1, just a point short. Auditor, when ratings were collated on Monday evening, best price available was 7 to 1. Now, this has drifted out to 9 to 1, which is obviously a bit of a negative. The positive is, of course, if you can ignore that, the positive is that this horse is offering fantastic value because our algorithm suggesting this horse should be around 7 to 2. So the best thing tends to be Shining Blue, but it's not particularly offering value. You could squeeze an each way price out of that one at 4 to 1. Auditor is offering an each way value, but again, it has drifted in the market. And if we look at Auditor's lifetime stats, they are quite good. 2 from 3 at the distance, never been at the course. 1 from 3 on the going. Shining Blue, this is a difficult one. Shining Blue is not quite offering us enough value. It's not really. I suppose it is an each way price at 4 to 1. You would lose a little bit of money if it finished in the frame. Auditor is offering fantastic value, but it's a negative because it has drifted from 7s to 9s. I'll leave it with you. My gut feeling is Shining Blue could be a good thing. Ideally, I like to go each way. Maybe I'd hold on for an hour or two, and maybe you can get slightly bigger price than 4-1. But those are the two on the shortlist: Shining Blue and Auditor. Whatever you're on, if you're backing anything in this race or whatever you're on today, the very best of luck, and I will speak to you very, very soon. Take care.